We're recording. Hello, everyone. Welcome to
Hello.
welcome to number 15, the podcast.
Yeah. I have better audio quality this time.
Hey! Let's
Hey, thanks
go.
to Dawn.
I got
Thank
you.
you to Dawn for that because otherwise I'd still be having the trashy mic quality that you probably heard in the first 2 episodes.
It's not too bad.
Or at the time we are currently recording the first episode, because the first episode is the only one that is currently out. The second episode is going to be out tomorrow.
Yeah.
We should probably get on a time schedule to let people know when it gets on. You don't want my old mic. Somebody asked for my old mic in the chat. CJ, you don't want it. It's terrible. Like, it is actual trash. So, but yeah, at some point we're probably going to get on some sort of time schedule. That's all up to Dawn, though.
Yes, and I, as we can see, time schedules are not great for me.
No.
We're recording 2 hours late because I had to run and
Yes.
physically deliver a video, because his computer's not working. But that's okay. It's I love hanging out with those people anyway. They're awesome. It's
Yeah,
the
no, that's
YHK
totally fun.
guys.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
the ones
they-
you film the music videos for, right?
Yeah. I didn't.
Yeah.
I shot just a little bit for this. I was supposed to be behind the scenes, but then they were like, "Well, actually, could you film a little bit of the music video?" And I was like, "Yeah, of course, of course."
Nice. Hell yeah. So what?
Yes.
Oh my god, I thought I
Oh.
was cutting out for a second.
No.
I literally, because you didn't move and you were like,
No, yeah, the guy
For a
that I was
solid 10
just
seconds.
talking about, he just texted me, and he's got another edit that he did to the video even after he gave it to me to color grade it and color correct and color grade it, and then he starts seeing all these problems and stuff, and he's like, wait, hold on, let me send this one out.
There you go. That's the way to do it, yo.
Of course.
Yeah. I mean, also because you can do so many things, I think that like helps that they're like, hey, like you can do all of these things. You want to do this and this and this and this. Like, honestly, versatility, like that's really good to have.
It's the way to do it.
Yeah. In the industry. I like that you just made the money motion. You're like, give me the money.
It's true. I mean,
yeah, well, especially if you're trying to make a living off of it, right? Like,
yes.
Unfortunately, we live in a world where you have to rely on money.
I hate that our entire society is based off of trading little green pieces of paper.
Or for ours, very colorful pieces of paper.
Fair enough.
And it's not even paper
You guys
anymore.
have Monopoly money.
In years. It's basically Monopoly money, except because it's not paper. It's this weird, like, film, kind of.
What?
Like, I don't know what it actually... Like, let me look up what it's made of. Because it's not paper. We had paper money, and we no longer do.
It's supposed to be like a weird cotton blend, so that you can use
What is
the
Canadian money made
marker
of?
checkers to...
The current designs known as the polymer series are not made of paper at all, but a sort of thin, flexible plastic known as polymer. So they're plastic. It's not even paper anymore. It's plastic.
You guys are using plastic, buddy. What the
How
hell?
great for the environment.
Well, it's not supposed to be disposable, so...
No, it certainly is not. But oh my god, they used to be made out of cotton-based paper, but now they're polymer, which is a type of plastic. They feel really weird. It's like, yeah, it's not ideal. Also, they're just very colorful, so they look like Monopoly money.
Yeah.
However, it's not the size of Monopoly money. I did love Monopoly as a kid, though. So, like, we would have Monopoly money, and we would use it, like we would, like, I guess, like, pretend we were in a store and, like, sell things from our basement to each other. And go around collecting things and seeing, like, an Easter egg hunt. We would go around collecting things, like, me and my 2 siblings. And we would like sell them to each other with Monopoly money.
With Monopoly? Nice, nice. Yeah, I
You
definitely
know?
had a little cash register whenever I was a
Yeah.
child, and like, um,
Mm-hmm.
but we had like little fake dollars that we used, not just Monopoly
Yeah.
money.
We had Monopoly money. We used Canadian Tire money
Canadian
as well,
Tire money.
which is actual money,
What
but
is
like
that?
not. So Canadian Tire is like a warehouse superstore in Canada. Hence why
Oh,
it's called Canadian
oh,
Tire. But
what?
they sell like everything there. And there's this stuff you can get as which is called Canadian Tire money. And it's like a points system, but it's like physical money that you can hold.
I see. I see.
So we
Interesting.
would use that because it's basically worthless. We would use it and we would play store with it and like trade the monies.
There you go. That's
We
the way to
also
do it.
had like I can't remember why we had them, but we had these like Dora the Explorer coins. That there was purple ones with Dora's face on it, and there was yellow ones with Swiper's face on it. And
Nice.
so we used those to represent different currencies, like it was like silver and gold or something, and we
Oh,
would use that as
nice.
like our
Yeah, gold-based economy is the
yeah,
best way.
apparently. So it was like very much yeah, it was a thing. So that was always a fun time. Um yeah, we used to do weird things as
Oh,
kids.
trust me, I was a weirdo. I played with Barbies with my cousins, so
Oh, I love that.
yeah.
See, my sisters would play with Barbies, but I would play like we had like convertibles and cars, so I would just play with the cars.
The cars were
And
pretty
then we
cool.
also
We had a Porsche.
like oh, I love
We had
that.
a
I have no idea
Porsche
what
for
we had a
Ken and
convertible and like
Barbie to roll around
something
in.
it looked like a really knockoff Jeep.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's probably just
So,
supposed to be a Jeep, yeah.
yep, but it wasn't because it was really knockoff version-y.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, and so that was what came with the Barbies. Um, but like I never got like the whole playing pretend games, like playing family or whatever. Like I would always get roped into playing them and I was like, why are we doing this? This is stupid. So instead I would sit in a corner with like the toys and I would sort them and line them up and like move them like like the snake game where like you would have like the snake that keeps eating things and growing or whatever.
Uh-huh.
I'd basically be doing that in real life with different things. So I used to do it like when I
That's
couldn't sleep at night,
hilarious.
I'm not even kidding. When I couldn't sleep at night, I would empty my piggy bank, turn on my closet light so it didn't it wasn't blatantly. My cat is come here. I'm so sorry. My cat is currently on the photo or like the fax machine, I guess,
Uh-huh.
on top of my desk or like the side part.
Aw, the pretty
She's here.
kitty.
Her
I
name
love
is
the
Lily.
kitty.
She is the most chaotic cat I've ever owned, and the only cat I've ever owned.
Excellent.
You need to stop. I'm trying to record here, you cat. Okay.
You cat.
Anyway. Yes. Yes.
You're acting like a cat right now. Stop
he
it.
wants to- He wants to be the star of the show, I guess.
It's fair. That's fair.
For those of y'all that are listening on Spotify or Apple Podcasts and didn't just see my cat like make an appearance and try to like insert herself into the camera, she does that a lot. So yeah, it's CJ, you make a good point. She's also the least chaotic cat I've ever owned because she's the only cat I've ever owned. So she's both the most and the least chaotic cat. But yeah, so what was I saying? This is great. This is already going great.
I don't remember either. I'm sorry.
I don't remember. Damn
I'm
it,
the
what were we
worst.
talking about? Somebody in the chat,
the
please
worst.
remind us. For those of y'all who are, again, listening after this has already been released and aren't listening to us record live, we are currently recording on the House of Vox Discord, which is our friend Hunter Peterson's Discord server.
We were talking about fake money and not playing with
Yes.
playing with dolls
So-
and you not
Oh yeah,
playing
the
with
piggy bank
dolls.
thing.
Oh,
So
okay.
I remember now. So, like, when I couldn't sleep at night, I would turn on my closet light so that it wasn't blatantly obvious that I was awake, and I would take out my piggy bank and I'd empty out all the money in it and all the coins. We no longer have pennies in Canada that are being made.
What?
So, yeah, we don't have pennies anymore. So everything gets rounded to the
What?
nearest 5. Yeah. Yeah, it gets rounded to the nearest
You guys are
nickel.
crazy. What are y'all doing up there?
So yeah, we don't have pennies anymore, but when we did have pennies until like 2010, I think, or something like that is when
So
they stopped being
weird.
used.
What
Yeah, it's
the
been like 12
hell?
years. We also have tap everywhere, you know, like credit card or debit card
Yeah.
tap,
Yeah.
like Interact. Yeah, we have that everywhere. It's not like only certain stores have it. It's like everywhere has it and has had it for years.
We still at my shop. We still only do cash.
Really?
Well, because we sell marijuana, and marijuana is federally illegal. So
Fair.
which I don't work there anymore. Actually, I'm full-time videography and voice acting. Woo!
Yay! That's always honestly that's kind of a win when you can like.
But I still live at my parents' house, so it doesn't count.
Fair. Yeah, that's fair. One day you'll be out of there, though. I feel confident.
I moved out for like 3 years, and then I moved right back in. I was like, no, I can't do it. I gotta.
Yeah. Yep.
Plus, my parents are cool, so.
Fair. Yeah, I hope to be able to move out soon. I'm supposed to go back to school next year, so. Yeah, and I'll be moving out and in a different location in September, hopefully, which is
There we go.
kind of cool. But yeah. So, anyway, we keep getting so sidetracked.
Yes,
Isn't this such
pennies.
fun time?
You got piggy bank.
Before pennies, the piggy bank.
Yes, yeah.
So I'm so bad at telling stories, unless it's D&D, because I don't lose my train of thoughts there.
Enough.
Usually.
Your cat's trying to get into the video again.
She totally is. You need to come here. Like, make a choice. Are you gonna come here or are you gonna stay there?
We're both ADHD, by the way. Oh, we've said this already in multiple videos.
And this is how you know we have ADHD is when we forget that we've said that we have ADHD.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm gonna finish the story once and for all.
Yes.
So like I couldn't sleep and I would empty out my piggy bank and I would sort the coins by like what each type of coin was. And then I would put them in a giant snake, like in the snake game, and I would move them in a line as like a therapy when I couldn't sleep. And I would get caught in the middle of the night. My parents would open up the door and they'd be like, "What are you doing?
What are you doing?
Like, why are you awake and what are you doing on the floor?" And I'm like, "I'm just like lighting up my coins." And they're like, "Why?" And I'm like, "I don't know. I can't sleep." And this is yeah. And so it was very much like a thing that I would do like almost ritualistically.
That's adorable.
Yeah, so that was like that was a fun time. And I would do the same, like, you know, like the Little People brand?
No.
You know, like the Little People? Does anybody know what I'm talking about? I promise I'm not crazy.
It's a Canada thing.
So like no, it's like little
I'm just
people.
kidding.
It's like the little, you know, the little
small people,
the little gnomes.
No. No clue what you're talking about.
How do I describe it? They're like
I know
short
of
little
people,
hobbit-looking things.
but I don't know what you're. No, I know of the actual people that are little people.
No, there's like a brand called Little People.
Oh,
and
I didn't know that.
Yeah, so there was like we had a bunch of those and like a Little People house, and I would line them up and sort them. I would sort them by hair color and line them up in a line and take them through the house, almost like a house tour. And I would do the same thing over and over again. That was my childhood.
That's hilarious. I just played a bunch of Halo. I'd pass out playing Halo. That was my.
We used to play Wii a lot. Wii Sports Resort.
I couldn't get into the controls weren't accurate enough for me. I would get so frustrated at him.
Fair. What about Mario Kart? Did you ever play Mario Kart?
Oh, Mario Kart was but I played it with a controller. We would hook up
Fair.
controllers and play.
Play Mario Kart.
Yeah.
I feel like I
I'm a
would have crushed
drift god. Oh, you don't want to see
I
me play Mario Kart. I am one of the most chill people ever until I start playing video
until
games.
you play
Until
Mario
I
Kart.
play video game like competitive games. It's not like shooters. Play them all day, never get mad. I'm like, oh, whatever, it died. It's all good. I'm just gonna hop into a new game. I play Mario Kart. If I get hit with a blue shell in first place, I rage. I go
Oh yeah,
ballistic.
100%. That is the worst thing. Like, and so me and my
The items,
sisters
I
would
refuse
play.
to play with the items. I refuse to play with the items. It's because it's a racing game. I should be able to, with my skill, get to the first place and win. I shouldn't be hit with a friggin' anyway.
The fact that you're already raging only talking about it.
It makes me so mad.
I wouldn't know.
Like-
We need to play Mario Kart one
Alright.
day. We need to play Mario Kart
Play some
because
Mario Kart.
I want to crush you at that.
If we play without items, you've got no
Yes.
chance. I play time
Oh,
trials
that I
all
feel
day.
like I feel like that's not true. I literally
Okay.
played Mario Kart religiously.
I make
Like,
people mad whenever I play.
Oh, me too. Like, well, me and my sisters, we would all fight each other over, like over Mario Kart.
Yeah.
We would race and we would get mad at each other whenever one of us passed the other. It's like, what am I doing? Like, what are you doing? And it's like, I'm winning. What do you expect? Everyone's
Yeah.
like, in the chat is agreeing with the blue shell thing. The blue shell thing
The blue shell is
absolute
bullshit. It's bullshit.
You stole my line, Don.
Oh, I'm sorry.
my
I'm sorry.
line.
I read the wrong part of I read the wrong part of the script. I took your line. Sorry.
Dude, damn it! You read the script wrong. You're not supposed to-
Oh God. Sorry. Yeah. There's no script. What? This isn't.
What script?
This podcast is not scripted. You can tell. You can very much
you
so
tell?
tell that it is not scripted.
Unless it is, and we're just making you think that no, it's not scripted. Like we could never follow script. We'd talk about the lines, and then totally
We
go
would,
off
yeah.
script, and then be like, why do we have a script? That would be that. But yeah, so like Mario Kart, but Wii Sports. Okay, did you hear about the new Nintendo Switch Sports?
No.
They're making a Wii Sports sequel kind of thing.
Interesting.
People are thinking that it's like a remake, but it's kind of like a sequel. They took out boxing. They still have bowling.
What?
But get this, right? You can't throw the bowling ball backwards.
What?
Yeah, they took it out.
I don't even want to
They
look at it.
took it
I don't
out.
even want to
I
know anything
know.
about it now. I
That was
don't
the
even
best
care.
part.
They took out boxing.
And then the
can't
backwards
throw a-
bowling ball, and the Mii's can't go like, whoa.
That was the
Like,
best
you go,
part.
"Whoa."
That was the best part.
I know that was the best
Just
part. Of
throwing
the
the-
bowling.
Well, I sucked at the bowling so bad that I would just throw it backwards every time.
Yeah. No, it would be really no.
Not
bowling
on
was kind
accident, intentionally. Just throw it backwards.
Yep. I was really good, on Wii Sports Resort. I was really good at wakeboarding.
You froze. Oh, there you are.
Damn
No,
it.
we heard you talking. It's just your video froze. Yeah.
Okay.
Wakeboarding? I never had the balance board thing.
Well, no. We would
that would've
initially
been-
we would just play with the remote, and then we played once we had the Wii Fit board. Then we would play on the Wii Fit board
Nice.
because we also had Wii Fit. I was also really good at snowboarding. Is it a surprise
Hey.
I'm a snowboarder? Not really.
I'm a snowboarder. We should go snowboarding. We got to go snowboarding sometime. That'd be fun.
Oh my god.
That'd be fun.
Yes. My best snowboarding trip of all time was when we went to I think it was 2018. We went to Whistler in the Rockies in BC.
That sounds awesome.
It was phenomenal. I almost died.
Oh no. Oh no.
Oh no, there was a thing. Okay, I think we all may have had near-death experiences on that trip. It was kind of weird. I think it was our first run up the hill. My sister, my dad was go ahead, because my mom doesn't ski or snowboard.
Fair.
And so my dad was like, "Go ahead." And so, like, because we were, like, so used to doing, like, blues and blacks and stuff, like, on, like,
Yeah,
the
the black diamonds.
now
My
yeah,
first time snowboarding was on black diamonds too,
yeah.
so
And so we were so used to that, and so we saw, like, a blue, and we're like, "Oh, this is easy, we'll do this as a warm-up." Um, if any of you have ever been to Whistler or, like, around the BC area,
their
you
blues are
know,
like black diamonds.
um, they're, like, double blacks at times. This one was
Yeah.
called the Saddle, and, it was literally a 90-degree drop into, like, you
Yeah.
know, it was just
Yeah.
yeah, and
Those
it
are
was
fun.
phenomenal, but my sister was how old would she have been? She was 12 and hadn't skied in, like, a few years.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
um,
I
I had
was
already started going down on my snowboard, so we couldn't turn around and just decide to do another run. Oh, no. We were already in too deep because they
just
didn't tell me
just
that I couldn't
going.
go, so they were like, "Just go ahead." And then they start yelling at me from up the hill, and I'm like, "What?" And they're like, we can't do this." And I'm like, "Why not?" And it's like, "She hasn't skied in 3 years." And I'm like, "Oh, right. That's a
Meet you at the
thing."
bottom. Peace.
So
Whew.
she ends up, like, almost, it's like reverse penguin sliding it, where she's literally on her back and
Yeah,
she's,
you just
like, just
lane.
falling down, like, laying down. She
Oh, like backwards?
very
Like
narrow
head
yeah,
down the hill?
no,
Oh, like
no,
feet down the
no,
hill,
everyone
sliding.
no,
Okay,
no,
yeah.
no,
Yeah,
flying
that's
down.
I've done that a couple times,
And
yeah.
she very narrowly misses a post. The entire time, my dad is scared that she's gonna, like, die. And she very narrowly misses a post, and she's laughing at her near death.
That's
Luckily,
me.
it was, like,
I'm
really
in
nice
danger.
right? So, like, that was a fun one, and then I almost fell off a cliff.
Oh
Um,
yeah.
so that was fun. It
That
was a
sounds
great
like
snowboarding
fun.
trip. Yeah. Do you have any, like, horror snowboarding stories?
Uh, my first time snowboarding, I was 16. I had gone skiing previously, like a bunch, but I wanted to snowboard, so I got a snowboard this time, and
Mhm.
I went and I was allowed to just go out on my own and just ride whenever, and I met up with with a ski instructor, with my ski instructor and a couple of his friends, and I drank a bunch of shitty vodka with them, and then I went down some double black diamonds at night
That
while being
mm,
drunk for the first time. No, it wasn't the first time. It was my first time in a long time being drunk. It was fun though.
sounds
It was fun.
great.
And like
Sounds like a
the
good time.
what are they called? The bumps, the not I want to call them slalom, but they're
Moguls?
moguls, yeah. We hit moguls and I just I just tried going in between them instead of over them. I was
Mhm.
I was like, I'm not dealing with those.
Yeah. Well, as a snowboarder, that's kind of what we're supposed to do
Just
in a
go
way.
around them. Oh,
Go
see, I was
around.
just like jumping over them and like, yeah, fly straight
Yeah.
through them as fast as I
Sometimes
can.
well, sometimes you can. It just depends, I think, too, because sometimes they can be really, really, like, carved out and,
Yeah,
like,
it was.
fly well, you will go flying and, like, you
I
can seriously
did.
hurt yourself with that. Yeah, I bet.
Yeah,
I just wanna
it
know
was
how you're
fun.
still alive, Don.
Oh, I my whole body is basically one scar, so I don't know how I'm live either.
Fair. That's fair. Yeah. We should definitely go snowboarding one
We
time, though. I
should.
feel like
That'd
that
be
would be fun.
awesome. I
My
haven't been
god.
in years, so
Well, we have season passes, here for snowboarding, and so not in BC because 'cause I'm in Ontario, and we're not flying out there all year.
fair.
But, yeah, so, like, it's nice to be
But
able to snowboard again, especially because I had, like, a back injury for,
yeah,
like, 6 months. It was a really bad back injury,
yeah.
um,
Well, I'm glad
and
you're
so
much better
it
now.
wasn't yeah, it wasn't actually that bad, like, it was really bad sprains in 2 parts of my back. I had both a thoracic sprain and a lumbar sprain, but for some reason, like, usually my body takes, like, no time at all to bounce back. Like, I
Yeah.
heal ridiculously fast because
You're getting
my
old.
body is used to that, but it took 6 months to heal 2 sprains in my back.
You're getting old. That's why.
No, don't tell me that.
I'm just kidding. No, I
That
bumped my friggin' leg and it laid me up for a month.
yeah,
I bumped it. I literally bumped it. That was it.
that's
And it's
no.
still, like, I've still got a massive lump on my leg you can't even see,
What
but
the
it's right
heck?
there. Still there. Still there.
I got hit in the shin with a hockey stick one time and it cut me. Like, got hit in the
Oh,
shin so
yeah.
hard that it cut me. And I have a scar there still.
Uh-huh.
And that happened, wait, what is it? 2022. It happened in, like, I want to say 2010, 2011. And so it's
Jeez.
been like 11 years and the scar is still there.
Yeah.
Like, it was, yeah, no, that was
Well, this
a
happened
total
to me whenever I
thing.
was, you probably can't even see it. Yeah, you can't
Nope,
see it, but
can't see it.
I have a
There's a
scar
scar.
that's been there forever. It's been there since I was like 4, 5 years old. I wanted to know why a box knife was called a box knife, so I was playing with it, cutting boxes,
You
and then I
learn,
went, yeah,
so you why it
cutting a
was called a
box
box.
and went straight across
Mm-hmm.
my
Yep.
Yep.
Sorry, I keep looking over in this direction. It's because my cat is
Cat.
currently
Yeah.
sleeping there, and I'm trying to make sure she's not gonna be disruptive this
Oh, it's
entire
fine.
episode.
It'll be background. It'll be fun background
Oh,
things.
great background video, as she usually
Yeah.
does. We know her. But yeah. So, okay, I just realized we didn't even get to some of our, like, funny news things that I
We haven't talked
found.
about any of it, yeah.
So, no, we haven't talked about anything. So, okay, I found this thing, and it was a woman in Virginia finds decades-old love letters that are hidden in the home.
Who were they to?
So,
What?
like, they were, so it was 2 boxes of love letters written by a man named Vance and addressed to a woman named Betty Sue McGee.
Betty Sue. What a
Betty
name.
Sue, what a great
What a
name.
name.
Vance, who was serving in the Navy in the 1950s, wrote of his love for McGee. There's one, like, this is like a quote from one of the letters. "When we're not together, I know just the right words that I could use in telling you everything. But when we're together, all I can think of is I love you." Aww. And it's like really,
Aw.
it's really wholesome and sweet. And it's like, the woman tried to find the family to pass the letters on to so that they could, like, cherish them, you know?
Yeah.
And she says, like, "Even if the 2 writing one another are no longer with us, I'd love to find the family to pass them on. I know I'd cherish these if these were my grandparents corresponding." And so she got, like, web sleuths to, like, work on finding
Oh my
them.
god. You
And she
just
was
tell
connected,
Reddit and or
yeah,
4chan and
and
they're
they're on
on
it.
it. They're on
Yeah.
it. They'll have it
And
in
so
days.
she was connected with somebody in Portland, Oregon named Dalton Long, who's 30 years old, and confirmed that Vance and Betty were his grandparents.
Hey.
And he grew up with his grandparents in the house where this woman now lives. But he never knew about the stash of letters.
That's awesome.
And so, like, that was a really wholesome story
Yeah,
to
that's
see this week.
great.
And I was like, that is so sweet, and I love it. This one's a weird one though. So, because I have 3. So this one's
See
weird.
that?
Okay.
I love the world record ones.
So
Yeah.
Canadian teen this is what it's called. The article is Canadian teen solves 211 Rubik's cubes while on a pogo stick.
It's
And I'm just
impressive. That is impressive.
So it's a teen from Nova Scotia, who combined 2 of his hobbies to set a Guinness World Record by solving 211 Rubik's cubes while bouncing on a pogo stick. He's 16 years old, and he spent an hour and 12 minutes solving the 211 Rubik's cubes while bouncing on this pogo stick. So he was bouncing on a pogo stick for hour, like 1 hour and 12 minutes.
Oh my god.
Just think
Without
about that.
stopping?
Without stopping. He trained for about 3 months before attempting the record. He would bounce on a pogo stick as long as he could, as many days of the week I could. So I would bounce on it for 10 minutes, and that's all I could do. And then I bounce on it the next day for a little longer. That's what he said. And then he once reached the 45-minute mark on the pogo stick. That's when he learned how to wear knee pads under his pants to keep from getting blisters.
Yeah.
And then he also started learning how to solve Rubik's Cubes about 6 years ago after a friend showed him a technique. And then he would do it every day for 6 years. And that's how he learned how to solve it.
That's fun. Huh.
That is some dedication.
I can solve Rubik's Cubes. I know the algorithm, and then I can bounce on a pogo stick for like a minute at a time.
Yep.
But I can't do either of them together.
No, I could never. Like, I could do them separately.
Yeah.
Like, great. But like, if you try to get me to do it at the same time, it's not gonna happen.
Well, I can't even. I can bounce on a pogo stick while holding the handles. Like
Yeah, but he's solving Rubik's Cubes while bouncing on this pogo stick, so he's barely holding onto the handles. He's probably using them like with his elbows, I would guess.
Maybe, yeah, like holding. God, that's so weird.
That's weird.
Impressive.
And then this last one, before we get into some more serious topics, there is an Iraqi man who balanced 18 eggs on the back of his hand for a world record. So he literally, like, there's a picture with him, like, his hand's like this, and he has 18 eggs on his hand. Think about...
Impressive.
Right?
All right. But what a weird one, balancing eggs.
So he says he became fascinated by the art of balancing after watching a video of a man stacking rocks in nature.
I love watching those videos. I've seen a couple of them like around here in my town, where somebody was just like out in the woods or something, and they stacked a bunch of rocks. There was one I saw that was as tall as me. I'm 6'4", and that is a lot of rocks. And how do you like
right? How do you get it without like falling or keeping it stable? Gotta be like a puzzle or something. I would guess is
near so it'd be large rocks going up to small rocks going up to large rocks, which is very
which is really hard because how do you get like, significantly smaller to balance on something that's way larger?
And then how do you get the giant rock like that? He had to have help.
100%. This is what we said about the pyramids last week.
Yeah. How do you do that?
Right? Yeah, weird things. So this guy says that he started balancing stuff around him and discovered that he was really good at it, and then after a while became even faster in balancing than the people that he watched online. He practiced 4 days a week while preparing for this record attempt. And he says, you need to have a high level of focus when attempting such a record, which is difficult to achieve. Add to that the pain and pressure your hands go through. I needed to be ready for that moment.
Yeah.
And fitness rules required him to keep the eggs in place for at least 5 seconds without dropping any.
Yeah.
So I can't imagine how much pain his hand had to go through for that.
Have you heard about the guy that balanced a washing machine on his nose?
No, and I don't even know if I want to know. My
it's
nose
impressive,
hurts.
Right? I don't know how. Like, my nose, I can fold entirely sideways and stuff. It's not, my nose could not hold the weight of a,
like, I can move the cartilage.
Yeah, I've broken my nose before, and so I can move the cartilage all the way over.
Yeah, well, I can do that, but I haven't broken my nose, and I think that's very lucky of me because I've almost broken it. I've had a few scares.
Fun.
So, now it's one of those, like, my nose just feels permanently crooked. It's a fun time.
I thought I was going to look like Owen Wilson for a long time. Just a janked up nose.
Oh, no.
But no, my nose is fine.
Even though you're probably not, because you have a million other things to do.
Owen Wilson, listen to our podcast.
Imagine.
I love you. You're one of my favorite actors. You're great. Mm-hmm. So funny. Yeah. All of the Wilson brothers are fantastic.
Yeah. But like, yeah, no, my nose, I'm pretty sure I have a deviated septum because I've only ever been able...
If you can put your finger through, then...
No.
Then you definitely do, but...
Don't even want to try that.
So it's the...
It's
You'd
but,
know
like,
if you had a
the thing is
deviated
I can
septum.
only I've only ever been able to breathe out of one nostril at a time, never both at the same time. One's always been blocked.
That's
Even
nasal cavity issues.
I don't know. It's a weird thing. I'm not a doctor. I don't know. All I know is that I can't breathe out of both.
I'm a doctor in the state of New Jersey.
Wait, what?
It's a
There's no
joke.
way
There's
yeah,
no.
there's no way. I was like, there is no way that you're actually a doctor in New Jersey. However,
I
you
know
know,
enough to be,
um,
but no, I'm not.
if you get the reference, it's not gonna be enough to be copyrighted, but if you get the reference, I love you. Everything is legal in New Jersey.
Everything is legal in New Jersey.
I feel like you know what that's from, right?
No. Yeah, I probably do.
I'm gonna type it to you. I'm gonna DM it to you.
Okay.
Hold.
But yes, yeah, I know a lot of people balancing things. Oh yeah.
Yeah, you know,
Absolutely.
yeah, so you get the reference now.
Yeah.
So,
I'm just
yeah,
forgetful. But
it's
yes.
okay. Yeah.
On to some more serious topics. So
Yeah, we decided that we wanted to, because I feel like not saying anything is kind of ignoring it, and this is something that we don't want to ignore because
no.
it's something that is very much happening in the world, and I feel like it'd be not only odd but also just very privileged of us to ignore this topic.
I know far too much about this topic too. So we're talking about the Ukraine Russia war / conflict that was happening. So it recently, in the past 3 days, turned into a war. Russia actually declared war, which they're claiming that it is to pacify and denazify Ukraine, which is, it's stupid bullshit, but they have the reasons for saying that, which is, it's just a reason to invade. There's no, like,
there's no good reason for this.
No.
Also, like, the last thing anybody wants is a war, and the fact that
except Putin.
Except for Putin, and the fact that he's trying to initiate a war for basically nothing and is willing to sacrifice human lives for nothing I think says a lot about who he is as a person.
Well, he was KGB. He was back whenever Russia was the USSR. So whenever Russia was the USSR, Ukraine was a part of Russia. And so this was 30 years ago. This was only 30 years ago.
That's not that long ago.
It's
at
not.
All.
It's not at all in the grand scheme of things.
Nope.
So Putin thinks he has the right to move in and take it back, which he does not. The people have voted and said they want to be their own country. They don't want to be a part of and people say it's 50-50, but I have a feeling that there's a little bit of bias because Russia is very sneaky with their they like to get into polls and change things. So I imagine they did that with the vote that was taken, and so I have a feeling it's more like a 70-30 for wanting to stay a country of their own. And Putin hates that, and he decided to move in and take it back. But I've been following the conflict for 10 years now, and Russia has been sending troops over there without, they debadged them. They would take off the Russian patch and stuff, but they still had all of their military equipment, all of their ballistic gear and their rifles, their modern rifles that they would move in with, and explosives, all sorts of crazy shit. And so they've been fighting the Ukrainian military and the Ukrainian militias for the past 10 years, trying to wear them down, get them to a point where they can invade. And so that's finally happened. They declared war. Russia declared war. Not Russia. The Russian people have nothing to do with this. I love
Yes.
Russia. I love the Russian people. This
And
is
it is
Putin and
yes.
Putin's bullshit. This is
Yes. And I want to make it very clear that it is actually it warms my heart and gives me hope that the Russian citizens are legitimately willing to die for like stopping this war
yeah.
and protesting against it.
It's so sad though that any Russians that speak out against it get black bagged and disappear. They're just gone. Guaranteed they're being murdered. And so if Russians speak out against this, and this is why you don't hear people speak from Russia speaking out against this, is because they just get murdered. They just get killed.
And there's been, because like there's been mass protesting, there's been what I guess would be a few thousand people have already probably been arrested, I think. And I mean, just like that just proves that nobody wants this.
Nobody.
Except for one person. There's only one person who wants this.
A few at the top, because what Putin has done recently, he he basically tricked his people into saying into agreeing with a instead of electing their officials, they are appointed now. And so Putin just gets to appoint whoever he wants, and he only appoints people that agree with him. So he has
So that's the only way to like retain power.
Yeah, he's put in power only people that were willing to say yes to this war, only people that are not opposed to his bullshit.
Yeah. And to any of our listeners or viewers that are in the Ukraine right now, I pray that you are able to get to safety, and we stand with you.
Yes.
Like 100% we are with you. I think what might be a good idea is in the description box of the YouTube video, maybe putting some links to support efforts.
Yeah, with the humanitarian aid, I'm trying to find a fund for the Ukrainian army, because they need money so bad. They have been, so at the just before the war started, there were 14,000 Ukrainian soldiers, militia and army, that were killed in the 10 years leading up to this war. So and 14,000 people is a lot of people. That's a lot of foot soldiers that Ukraine just doesn't have now, and and they really need support. They really need support.
So we're gonna put some links in the description box. If you guys could please donate, or at least raise awareness if you don't have anything to donate or are unable to do so for whatever reason. Please share it with your friends, anything. They really do need all the help we can get, and we 100% stand with them, because this is absolutely unnecessary, and
it's bullshit. It
is.
Makes me angry and so sad.
It shows that they have no regard for like Putin and his people. They have no regard for human life. They do not value it whatsoever.
So their military is committing so what they're able to do is Russia uses electronic warfare to disable
Mhm.
Wi-Fi and people's ability to send information out. So they're just committing war crimes. They're committing all sorts of terrible war crimes and stuff, killing civilians and like I watched a video just yesterday of a Russian APC. It's like a tracked armored personnel carrier uh,
Mhm.
running over a civilian's car. Just he was driving down the street and the tank swerved out of his way to run over this guy.
Mhm.
Just crushed his car
And
with him in it. He survived apparently, but it's still terrible, and I can't even imagine how many atrocities are happening that we can't see because of the electronic warfare.
yeah. Um and I'm not a religious person, and I don't usually
Neither
pray,
am I.
but I am praying for Ukraine and its
I've asked
citizens
all
right
of
now.
my friends
And
too.
the Russian citizens, I'm also praying for because you guys are fighting.
So recently, Russia has also, or Putin, not Russia, Putin has also said if we don't back down um, our uh, our
Mhm.
support for Ukraine. So
Yep.
Russia is part of the space program. We set up the ISS, the International Space Station, with
Yep.
them. We control the electronics. They control the
Mhm.
thrusters. So
Yep.
they maintain its position in orbit. And they said, you don't stop supporting Ukraine. We're just going to stop firing the thrusters on the ISS and bring it down. They're gonna let it just crash into the ground. And I love Elon Musk because as soon as Putin said that, he was like, "Yo, we can help with that. We have rockets."
Yeah.
I love Elon.
Yeah.
He's a funny dude.
Aside from, I mean, the recent
That wasn't
revelation. No,
Elon
that was
Musk's fault.
no,
Whoever was the
of pulling that.
yeah, whoever was the what do you call it? The boss of that
Of that
facility
factory.
is 110% at fault for
You're
that. That
wrong.
was we're
Yeah, I have a
talking
feeling
about
Elon probably didn't even know about that.
no, he guaranteed he didn't. He's basically Jimmy Neutron just shooting rockets off into space and
Yeah.
he why yeah, he doesn't have time to go to all of his facilities and make sure that they're yeah. But so what we're
No
talking
idea.
about is
Yeah.
Elon, one of the Tesla factories in California. They were segregating black people from white people, and
And
like inside of the
there was like an
factory,
entire
and
yeah, and there was an entire section of the factory that
like caged off or something.
they caged off and they had a nickname for it, which is incredibly racist and just completely dehumanizing. Like,
I didn't know
why?
of the
The nickname?
yeah.
I have a feeling you know
Should
what it
we
was, what they called it. We all know what they called it. I have a feeling.
maybe I've got too big of a
Here,
imagination. Yeah, but so
that's what they called it.
That's not Elon Musk's fault.
That
That's
is what they called it.
hold on, let me see. But yeah, that's not Elon's fault. It's
No.
he has tried to God, that's so
Yeah.
terrible.
Yeah.
He's
It
tried
is
to
awful.
um make up for it as far as I've seen. But
Mhm.
yeah, that's
Um,
such a you can't
yeah.
like but yes,
So
so
we did want to say that we did just want to touch on that subject because I feel like ignoring it would
also
just
I have more to say.
yeah, yeah, go for it.
Putin has also said he is preparing nukes. He said he is preparing for nuclear warfare if we if shit goes wrong for him. If he is not winning, he's going to just hit the red button. That's what he said. Um, not in not so many in more words. That's what he said in not so many words.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so the United States, we have a fantastic missile defense system that we would shoot down any incoming nuclear missiles, but I fear for the rest of the world because they don't. Most countries don't have a nuclear defense system like we do,
Mm-hmm.
um, and that's terrifying. Because I mean, even if the United States is okay, it's what are
Yeah.
like what? Yeah,
Yeah. So, but we did just want to touch on that briefly, and express our support for the Ukraine and the
yes,
Ukrainian citizens, and let you guys know that we're praying for you and we stand with you, um, and we hope that you guys are able to find safety and win this. And we applaud you for. I keep saying we, but I
we
think Dawn
do.
agrees
I
with me when I say
yeah,
we applaud
one
you
hundred
for your
percent.
fight. And that you guys are incredibly brave. You are continuing to fight
I
through
just wish.
this. I, yeah.
So the United States is not doing enough, in my opinion, which we
No.
never do. We never. So even back in World War II, we waited until they attacked us to do anything. So
It's a little. I mean, it's
but we're sending
what's worse is that I'm not really surprised by the fact that nobody is coming to their aid.
well, nobody wants to get into it. Nobody wants to have
No.
another fight. Nobody wants to start World War III. Currently, it's a war between Russia and Ukraine. Uh,
Yeah.
if more countries get into it, it instantly becomes World War III.
Mm-hmm.
But so the United States is sending various ground to air missiles and ground to ground missile systems. But just like shoulder transported stuff because Russia has taken out most of Ukraine's batteries and their missile defense system, or not missile defense systems, but their air defense systems. So
Mm-hmm.
we're really trying, but we're not trying enough. We're just sending them stuff. We're not sending. Just yeah. Nobody wants to start World War III. That's what it comes down to, and it sucks. I wish we would just do it and get it over with. Because right now, this could drag out for years.
Um.
Yeah,
So yeah, and the next thing that we kind of wanted to touch on, Dawn doesn't know much about this,
I know
but
nothing about it. Yeah.
yeah, I read on Twitter, and sorry that the podcast kind of started lighthearted and kind of got into the serious place, but this is something that we kind of need to address, because we 100% stand for human rights and dignity, and believe that everyone deserves equality,
Yeah.
and like
Everyone.
absolutely 100%, and there is no exception to that. And so in Texas, over the past few days at least that I know of. However, this is nothing new. This is just a recent development. Um, the Texas governor is trying to enact or trying to use an interpretation of a law that would, so the attorney general took the position that gender affirming healthcare for children, especially like specifically referring to trans kids, should be criminalized as a form of child abuse. And saying that it needs to be like they want to make it a felony. And so it's not going to pass through, but they're using an interpretation of the existing law to start investigating into trans kids. So they are literally asking they're asking licensed professionals, members of general public, to report the parents of transgender minors if it appears that the minors are receiving gender-affirming medical care. Correct, Striker Man. Texas is saying that trans is bad. And that any gender-affirming healthcare, simply even like a lot of children take medications to suppress puberty so that they don't experience things like gender dysphoria, which can be wonderful for their mental health. They're trying to call that child abuse. And right now, Texas is a very dangerous place for trans people. And that is really scary and disheartening to hear. I myself am part of the LGBTQ community. I'm pansexual, and I stand with my fellow LGBTQ community members. And it is just really disheartening to hear that this is happening and that they would take it this far as to completely remove somebody's ability to get help with their, like, I mean, come on now, like, just allowing somebody, like, it's not that hard to just, it does not affect, what I don't understand is it does not affect if somebody is trans or not. So why are you trying to make it illegal? They're saying that it is a danger to other kids. And it is, yeah. But that's going on in Texas right now. And I think, as well, on top of the other links that we're gonna leave in this in the description of the video, I'm gonna probably send Dawn over. I'm gonna probably send you over some links,
Definitely.
to some, either petitions or any funds that can help trans kids find a way to get out of Texas safely. They are currently trying to leave so that they can be safe from this because they are already investigating trans kids and trying to arrest the parents who are supporting their trans kids under child abuse.
That's so terrible.
It is absolutely, like,
it's disheartening.
it is.
I go to Texas to hang out, and like there's just a lot of cool places in Texas that to do stuff because Oklahoma has nothing to do. But yeah, they have a lot of laws that I disagree with.
Yeah. So
same with California though.
So earlier this week, the governor of Texas issued an opinion after the legislature failed last year to pass a bill that would have made it a felony alongside physical and sexual abuse to provide such care to minors. A felony. I'm not making that mistake. That is correct. I'm reading that correctly. The opinion is the interpretation of the existing law, so it doesn't change the law itself, but it can affect how it is enforced. So he asked licensed professionals who work with children, teachers, nurses, doctors, and members of the general public to report any trans children, directly outing them as trans as well, which is absolutely ridiculous because nobody should ever have to be outed in such a way.
Yeah.
Like, this is, it's a place of safety. Like, this, it should be, I mean, the community in general obviously is protesting against this in Texas as well. They're fighting against this, and we're fighting with them, like, 100%. And so it's supposed to be a safe space, like, to be able to be open about who you are. And when things like this come up that are actively suppressing it, and people have the audacity to say that homophobia doesn't exist anymore, is really, really fucking ignorant. because this is still happening. We have
People
not
were
made
still
progress.
being killed in Texas for being gay 30
Mhm.
years ago.
Yeah.
40 years ago? 30. I think they were still being killed for
Mhm.
being gay 30 years ago.
Yeah. That's not long at all. That is the
It's not.
90s, guys.
Yeah. It's modern age.
And so, yeah, but it's not being covered on the news right now, which is also very interesting because when something as big as this happens, like this needs to be talked about more, and the fact that I'm only seeing it on Twitter or in like articles on the internet but is completely absent from the news whatsoever, there's a problem. There just is. Um and so yeah. So I wanted to bring that up to not only inform you guys of what's going on, or for those of you who have not heard about this, because until 5 days ago, neither did I. And it didn't surprise me because in Texas, this has been going on for a long time. In several other states, also several other states are trying to follow lead with this. Um, and so, um, but there's been issues like with the Don. I don't know if you've heard about the like several months ago there was like the trans bathroom or like the bathroom law that went
Yeah.
into effect
Yeah.
about the signs on businesses. They tried to specifically. I know about it in Tennessee. Um, I'm not entirely sure about if other states had enacted it. I wouldn't be surprised by that, but there was essentially a bylaw put into place that businesses needed to put signs saying that they supported trans people using the bathroom that best aligns with their gender, to make it seem like a quote unquote positive thing. Even though it's basically saying if you don't have a sign up, it means you don't support trans people using the bathroom that aligns with their gender, more accurately.
Yeah.
Um, and so the fact that this just keeps popping up and people are acting like we've made progress is really disheartening. And so
Which we have made progress, just not enough.
we have just
It's too
not
slow.
nearly enough. Um, it is not nearly enough. And to my fellow LGBTQ members in Texas, I am also praying for you and that you can find safety and that you are able to get the care you need without having to face any felony charges or putting your family at risk of said charges. Because that is absolutely ridiculous and that is not okay. And we, like, 100% are going to be putting some links in the description of this video to any funds or anything that is helping. I retweeted on my Twitter a lot of links to or threads to more information and to any GoFundMe's. There's a lot of those to help trans kids get out of Texas and to a safer state nearby. Colorado is, I believe, my geography is kind of bad. Colorado, I believe, borders Texas a little bit, right? No?
No,
Does it?
we're in between. Oklahoma separates them.
Separates them. Okay. But still it's close, right? Like it's
Yeah,
like
you've got
there's Texas, Oklahoma, and then there's Colorado.
yeah, it's our panhandle. We took some of the land from Texas and made it our own, and that separates them.
Yeah, so
I'm pretty
Colorado
sure
is a
now. I
great
gotta look it
state.
up.
They're they're super supportive in Colorado, I believe, right? Like there's no anti-trans
I'm pretty
laws or
sure.
anything like
Yeah, I don't know
that.
about other people's laws.
Yeah. But But yeah, I don't. Again, U.S. I'm in Canada. I
We
don't
have
know much
so
about your
many.
geography.
Every
The
state has its own laws, and
has its own things.
yeah,
Um,
here's an image. What? Oh, I guess I can do this. There we go. There's Texas, Oklahoma, Colorado.
hmm
So
um, and so a staff attorney at the ACLU of Texas said in a statement that neither the opinion nor the letter have a legal effect and cannot change Texas law nor usurp the constitutional rights of Texas families, which is exactly the point. But the fact is they are still trying to implement this. And they are ignoring the fact that they legally cannot do this, and they are doing it anyway. So there's a lot of issues with that.
yeah,
But it makes me not only sad, but it also makes me incredibly angry because, the US talks about freedom and land of the free. And what they really meant was freedom if you are white and if you are straight and if you are most of the time a
but
man.
that first one not so much anymore.
Not so much
We
anymore,
we
but it's
uh
still an issue.
we don't don't blame. I It's not my fault, people. It's not
Oh,
my
dude.
fault. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I can't.
I mean, but I mean, I'm also white. I have incredible privilege. I'm in Canada, but I'm still privileged. That doesn't change that. Um, you know, I'm not straight or a man, but I am white, and with that comes an incredible amount of privilege that I will
Not
continue to
straight.
use to advocate not straight.
So I'm not a
Yeah, so you're not.
SJW or no no
There
no
you
no no
go.
no no no. I'm not a straight white male. Yes.
You're just a white male, but you're not
Yes.
straight.
There you
So,
go.
there you go.
There you go.
But you know, it's really unfortunate that there's those exceptions because when you're making a statement like that, should it not be for all? Like every person deserves equal opportunity and equal chance and the and dignity as well because
Absolutely.
honestly just
There's always a but in there. No
there's
matter
always
no matter what, freedom for all, but
yeah.
there's always a but there. In anything, in anything you want to look at, just look for the lines cuz they're there. They're there.
And it yeah.
Anything that you think is amazing and awesome,
No, nothing is perfect.
there's a but in there.
Nothing is
Yeah.
perfect.
Exactly.
100%. Um, but yeah, it's very unfortunate that this is happening in the first place. And what's even more saddening, I think, is that none of these things shock me anymore. And I think when it loses that shock value is when you know it's really an issue because that means it keeps happening. And we've become so accustomed to this happening. It doesn't make me any less sad or anything like that. Because that would also be really disheartening. No, it's still as upsetting as it was the first time, But
Yeah.
when it loses that shock value, that just means that it's happening over and over and over again and nobody is learning, you know?
Indeed.
Uh, but yes, so
It's very
trans rights,
frustrating.
every person deserves basic human rights. And I'm so sorry to all of my trans friends, to all of my trans family members, trans people that are listening, any of my beautiful trans people. I am so sorry that they are trying to take that away from you. Because they should never be allowed to. They should never be allowed to have any say over the rights that that a person, like basic human rights that a person should have. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Did I say that right? Is that a good sentence? I'm bad at sentences.
I think so, but
Yeah.
brain is at 50% currently.
Brain go burr.
Yeah.
Yeah, like it, especially when it's something that does not affect you in any way. Why are you trying to have power over somebody?
Well, it's just what
It's just
people
that,
do.
just to
It's
have
what,
power. They just want
yeah.
power over
People that are in power are there because they most of the time want power, and that's just not a good thing. That's just not a good thing.
Mm-hmm. And the other thing is there's a fear because there's already a super strained foster care system in Texas, and the fear is that it's going to strain that even more by having all of these reports of child abuse, because now they're going to have to work twice as hard, and it's going to make it so much harder to find the real cases of child abuse.
Yeah.
Because let's be real,
There's
supporting your
some
child,
terrible things that
how
are
can
happening.
supporting your child be child abuse? How? Explain that to me. Because it shouldn't be. Like that's why
Well,
parents.
unless if they
They're
just
to
want to
support
eat
their
cake every day and ice cream, do not
and
let them do it. Do
don't
not
let
let
them
them
do
do
that.
it.
No,
It
don't
is
let them
not
do that.
good.
But
Their health will deteriorate rapidly.
yeah.
Anyway,
But I mean, in like big life
I
decisions,
know what
support
you
your
mean. Yeah.
child.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what I mean. I know you know what I mean.
I'm trying to bring it back to the
But
comedy
yeah,
side, but it's not working. Let's
it's not really working because it's. I'm sorry
We're
that it
talking
got so
about
serious,
serious
guys. But
things.
this is these are things that needed. I feel like needed to be addressed on this podcast because
Yeah.
I can't. When we see things like this, we can't just ignore them because if we ignore them and look the other way, not only is that ignorant, it's insulting, and it is like
I need to stop
that's a
doing that
privilege.
next time.
That's a privilege in itself, I think, to be able to look away and ignore these issues that are happening. Because that means if it doesn't directly affect you, you don't care. And we very much do care.
Well, that's.
Yeah.
I keep going back to World War II, but that's exactly what we did in World War II as well. Not our problem.
Mistakes. Well, there's a quote that I read once where it's like, true insanity is making the same mistake again.
Well, history repeats itself, so we are bound to repeat the same issues.
Let me actually find what this quote is.
Constantly.
Yeah. The definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result.
Yeah.
That's from Albert Einstein. I knew it.
Albert Einstein.
So, yes. So yeah,
the
we just wanted to touch on
the
that.
Atomic bomb. Well, he helped.
And we're gonna keep this in mind too. Yes, we were kind of lighthearted at the beginning of this episode, but we came into it knowing that we were gonna talk about this and knowing that we wanted to express our support. Because the only way that change will ever happen is if you acknowledge the issue. And so yeah. Anyway,
And by the way, that wasn't true. That's a joke that I said Albert Einstein, the inventor of the atomic bomb. He did not did not invent the atomic bomb, people. People, that is not true. I am misinforming you. It's a joke. It's a joke. He invented how to explain the energy expansion from an atomic bomb, but he had nothing to do with actual atomic bombs. So yes.
Also, just to bring some joy back,
The kitty.
I have
Oh, the kitty. Oh.
you want to
She's
see the
so
cat
cute.
and you were listening on Spotify, go to YouTube. Okay, you want to go. He wants to go lie down, but
Yeah.
I try.
Yeah. And eventually we should have video on Spotify. We just have to, I don't
Do
know. We have to
things.
figure out. I think we
You
have to
figure it
become a bigger podcast before they'll
I think so.
let us put
Yeah,
video
but
on, but eventually.
hopefully one day.
Eventually.
Listen to our podcast and, listen to it on all platforms and get us downloads on all platforms.
Help us out.
Please,
Assist
we really need
us.
it.
You can download it and instantly delete it. It still shows as a download.
Yes, it still shows it as a download.
Yeah.
Or just watch it, listen to it through, throughout the week. The same episode. Who cares?
Over and over. No.
Just listening to us being idiots for 2 hours.
Hey,
constantly.
those are my favorite podcasts.
Yeah,
those are my favorite podcasts.
We really are idiots.
That's okay.
I mean, not you. You're smart.
You're smart too, though. So
I'm like a smart idiot.
We're idiots in our own way.
Yeah,
we're intelligent idiots.
I come off as an idiot a lot.
Just dumb shit is fun.
I think I come off as an idiot a lot. I promise I'm not. I'm a smart dumbass. Correct. But no, I think I come off as an idiot to some people, but I promise I'm not actually an idiot.
I promise you I'm smart. I promise. It's number 15, the podcast. And it's titled Number.
Yes. It is up. I have watched it and I've subscribed to the channel. Actually, let's go to the YouTube. Let me get YouTube.
I did things. I didn't shuck off my responsibilities like I normally do. It's not true. Not normally.
What's that? Responsibility?
Right.
What's that like?
Right.
Okay, wait.
But yes, so I'm super excited for this new music video. It's a good one. It should be fun. Oh, do we want to bring King on?
I think that would be a great idea. Yeah, we can bring King on for a little bit. King, do you want to be on? Is that something you're interested in? Can you turn your camera on? And yeah, okay, sick. We'll give you perms. How do we give perms to turn on cam?
I don't know, and I can't change the.
Oh wait, no, we don't. Okay, so disable video is. Oh wait, no, that's different. Can we give video perms deepest? Anybody? Give video perms to King. I will unserver mute King. King, just wait a sec so you can turn on your video so they can see you in the video. Sorry guys, this is the first time we've done this. Capbooks is an exception because Capbooks is an aerochrome.
Yeah, he has. We
so
have
here
Hunter
is
Printerson in here.
This is the YouTube channel, guys. There, go subscribe, please. Thank you. We need it. I sent it.
Yeah.
That's that. It's a fun time. We have our podcast first episode. Yeah.
Indeed.
It's indeed.
Indeed.
Yeah, it's kind of a great
It's a bop.
thing.
It's a bop.
Yeah.
For sure.
It's a bop? Yeah, like this is a
bop
song.
for sure.
Yeah. I mean, you make up a
bop.
song. We should, oh my god, Dawn. We should spend an episode trying to
make up a song over Discord.
See,
the lag makes it a little difficult. Makes it a little difficult.
We should do some sort of song association, make a song type thing, but just non-copyright.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
Oh
God.
King, leave and rejoin.
There
oh wait, you can.
Go.
King!
There we
Yes!
go. Nope.
Hello!
I'm gonna have to change.
Oh my
this up a little
god.
bit.
Oh.
There we go.
Hello, King. How's it going?
Editing on the fly.
Everyone, go subscribe to the number 15 podcast. please.
Do it.
Yes, please.
Do it.
Do
Can
it.
can you do a really scary
Please and
voice,
thank
King?
you.
You
King,
have to go do it.
thank you.
Subscribe to us.
So for those who don't
Subscribe.
Subscribe, or
I
else
guess we didn't
I'll
really.
kill you. I'm just kidding.
I guess we didn't really describe who you are. Um,
Yeah.
um, King is uh,
I'm very
also
light right now. Hold on.
also helped on the Tesla project. Gave wonderful
Yeah.
opinion and was there like that's kind of how we got into this. So King is also one of the Tesla project people and an amazing voice actor. In case you
Aw.
didn't already know that by the terrifying voice that was so do you want to King, do you want to introduce yourself, say things, plug your socials, anything? Just yeah.
I am King Shadow VA. How y'all doing? um, so I'm a voice actor. I've been doing voice acting for a very long time. Since I was like 7, not professionally, but just practicing since I was 7 years old. I am on YouTube. I do Minecraft animations. I also voice in Minecraft stuff a lot.
Hold
So
on, I've got to adjust your volume.
yeah.
You're very loud.
Oh, I am.
There we go. No, you're fine. I got it. I got it. I just had to
You
adjust
good.
it for you.
But yeah, I am on YouTube and here on Discord. I'm not anywhere else because I am not a social media person. I'm so sorry.
It's cool.
I keep myself away from social media because that's just how I'm an introvert socially and social medially, even if that's not a word.
Fair
but
enough.
that's what I mean.
I doing acting, I have to be a people person or else I just won't get
Yeah.
jobs.
I have
Screen
to-
acting is fun.
and as an introvert, I have
It is
to
fun.
also dip into that, but I also have a limit because I do get to a point where I'm just like, I don't feel like talking to anyone.
Fair.
I feel that.
I just want to lay in my bed and play Pokemon for 4 hours straight.
Or Vanguard Zero.
That's exactly how I feel. Why can't
Oh
I
my
just
God.
play Pokemon all day? Come on, guys.
Why can't I just do nothing?
Or Halo.
And then,
I love
and
playing
then,
video games so much I turned it into
Why
a
can't
job.
I just sit here and do D&D all day?
And Haley,
We can turn that into a job too. Let's do it.
And Haley,
Mhm.
she thinks that I have undiagnosed ADHD, and she firmly believes.
I really
She firmly believes that I do.
I think you either have you probably have either like ADHD or ADD. I don't know. I'm not a doctor, so like nobody take that, but like I'm convinced.
Yeah, don't take that seriously. But she just, by the way, yeah, we are like twins from different mothers and fathers and families.
And different everything. We are in no way related.
We are no way related, but
I'm very well.
Go back
And
far
I'm
enough.
also
You
black,
go
but I'm
back far
also
enough, and
light,
you
too,
are
so
related.
hey.
We are all
Yeah.
speaking of. We are all linked back to a single haplogroup, so we're all technically related in some way.
Mhm.
There is one person that is the father of every person, or great extend it back. I don't know how long, but there's one person that everybody links back to. It's wild. You should get a 23andMe test kit. It's amazing. I love genetics testing stuff.
Yeah.
It's very
I
interesting.
actually want to do one because I don't really know much about like my ancestry.
So my cousin, she thought she was like Pacific Islander and all this different stuff. She's 10% black.
Wow.
She's 10% black and white and 90% white. Yeah, and
I figured out.
she's got a very interesting complexion.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, it's very
yeah.
interesting learning that stuff.
Haley laughed at me because I figured out that I'm part Italian.
That's awesome. Hey.
And Haley was just bugging out because she was just like, really, King? And I was like, yes. I was like, my great grandfather was Italian and my great grandmother was Indian. So
Yeah.
So did your grandfather like cook a lot of like pasta and was like totally like, you know?
I never even seen him cook anything before. I don't even remember it because you know, like I remember up to age 7.
I did like the salt thing, but like with the hand flick, so it was like gay salt man. Also, I noticed while you guys were talking, I came and drank my tea, and I lifted my cup, and I did this, and I'm like, why is my pinky out? And I realized that I always do that.
My mom broke me from that. Whenever she saw me do it, she like, put your pinky down. You ain't no girl.
And I feel so posh for no reason because it's like, you know, they like drink with like your pinky up, but like I do
that
it
all the time without even thinking about it. Yeah, whenever I drink my tea, I totally.
I don't. I'm an old soul, so when I'm an old soul. I'm an old soul, so when I drink like hot tea or something like that, I grab it with both hands and just walk.
Absolutely.
Yep. But like I do that like weirdly, just like pinkies out. I don't know.
No, my mom broke me for that. Every time I pull my pinky out, she slapped my hand.
You promise? I don't know what I'm saying anymore, guys. It's 11:37 p.m. It's late.
It's not even like
I just woke up. Come on, guys.
Not even 10 o'clock.
Just kidding. I did though. I just woke up.
For those of y'all who aren't watching, King just did a weird child voice. Like he likes to
It's not weird.
mess with
It's
everyone.
An awesome child voice.
It's an awesome child voice, but he loves to mess with all of us. With
it's
all
great.
Of his voices
I love
because
whenever
you're just like tripped out by like who was that, and then you realize it was King. That's
sorry about that.
No, you're not.
No, I'm not.
But yeah, I love whenever I first met you. You were talking in that voice, and then you instantly swapped to your deep voice, and I was like, what?
King, you want to do like a sample of that for the podcast, please?
Do some
like,
what?
Do your
voice
range,
to the
yeah.
voice. Just like trip everyone out.
Okay, so this is my high voice.
And this is my low voice.
Yeah.
If y'all just saw my reaction, that's what happens every time. I'm just like tripped out. Like I'm like, what the hell just happened? Like I remember
because that's mostly where all my roles come from is little kids and then villains. That's all. Like I get like I got a role to play in Minecraft like role play. I'm playing as Slade right now. I'm playing as Slade, but then also in another thing, I'm playing a 5-year-old boy who got
Slade
autism.
is such a cool character. I love Slade.
So it's just like, you know, I'm all around the place, and then there'll be like sometimes I'll have like a teenager role, and I'll be like, whatever, you know, I don't care about life, whatever, you know. But
Yep.
Yeah, I definitely get
I can literally play
too.
People laugh at me because I could play a whole family. I could play a whole family if I wanted to.
No, you're the whole choir.
I can play a whole family of adults.
I'm the whole family. I'm the parents and the children.
Minus the mother.
No,
and
and
the grandfather. And the
You're the whole community. You're the whole town. Never mind the family. You're the whole town.
You should see me before I go to sleep. You should see me before I go to sleep because when I literally I would turn my TV off and lay back in the dark. And all of a sudden I'll just have like 5 characters just come up out of nowhere, and they'll just be like,
"Hey Simon, what are you doing? We're supposed to be sleeping. What are you waking me up for?" "Well, I'm just bored. It's just dark in here."
So it's just all over the place. And then what made me laugh last night because the pinky.
It does it so much. Now I can't not think about it. It's in my head now.
But what made me laugh last night is when I did those voices and I was like,
"Oh man, well,
Hey King,
so
I gotta got a surprise for you.
You gotta surprise me.
Bubble wrap. You may have a cat, Haley, but I've got a dead cat.
It's not
It's
actually a dead
what-
cat for those of y'all who can't see.
These are called
I had to take
dead cats.
I had to take 2 double takes because I thought that was an actual dead cat for a minute.
No, it's what you
I
put
had
on
to take 2
microphones. You put a dead cat on a shotgun microphone.
Can
That's
y'all
what
hear
they're
this?
called, though. That is what this is called, is a dead cat.
Can y'all
No,
hear
we
this?
can't.
No, your mic is
No.
too well. Your mic is too good, like very suppressed.
Wait, I didn't pop it yet. Ready? Wait, can you hear this?
All I hear
No.
is it sounds like you're
Nope.
just shuffling around paper.
That was a
Yeah,
really
we've-
bad fail.
we've got
Rabbit.
the-
that was not
All
All I
paper.
could hear is
If I
Right, like paper. It sounds like you're just crushing paper.
If I squeeze it hard enough, will you hear the pop?
yeah, I heard it that time.
I heard that.
Hey, we're just
Guys.
popping bubble wrap.
It's actually the bubble wrap that you
Haley.
sent me with the mic.
Y'all don't know. Y'all don't know.
Hey.
If I was able to go to Haley and celebrate her birthday and I gave her a present and it was just a whole roll of bubble wrap,
I'd be
She's so
content.
excited.
she would literally just bounce off the wall. She would start walking on the ceiling.
No, I would start walking on the bubble wrap so I could hear it popping.
Bubble wrap.
I'd be like the, you know, in the Vine, like the kid that's like, it's an avocado. Dang.
Avocado. Thanks.
Yeah, that would be me with bubble wrap.
It's bubble wrap.
And see, Haley, when she get excited, she don't know how to say words. She'll be like,
Don't call me out like that.
One time for Christmas, I got we played Dirty Santa, and
That was a good call.
so what Dirty Santa is everybody brings a present, right? And we all put it out, and why are you so excited, Haley? What?
Because it's a good, like, listen to this. Hold up. Give me a
We
sec.
can't hear it. Do you have
No, you
okay?
can't. Ready?
Hey, okay, I heard it that time.
okay,
Good
I heard
call.
that. I heard that.
Like, there's just good.
I heard that, Haley.
We
I'm
heard
not
it.
an
We
ASMR
heard it.
fan, but I'm a
heard it.
huge bubble wrap fan. Can you tell?
Well, you don't like my ASMR? My ASMR is great.
My voice is my ASMR.
Dawn. Okay. Like, you know, Dawn.
Done.
You know, I love you, right?
Oh,
Yes.
Your ASMR, though.
Oh.
The water pouring. The water pouring is my favorite.
No.
That just makes me want to go to the bathroom. I don't like that noise.
Yeah, exactly. So for context,
It's so
those of
much
y'all who
better
don't
whenever.
know, Dawn's version of ASMR, instead of being like, guys, some ASMR. So today, instead of doing that, he just pours water next to the mic, and it
Well,
sounds
then
awful.
Dawn, I can't. I'm so glad I can't hear that because that would have been torture to my ears.
What?
Can you hear
Me
that?
scratching my nails on paper?
Yes,
Yes,
and I'm
this-
glad I can't hear it.
Fair enough.
Lord.
We've turned this
It's her-
into the
it's her
ASMR
obsession.
podcast.
Her obsession.
Wait, I
With
wonder.
tapping, you like tapping?
Tapping or wait? Oh, I have a beanbag. Okay.
There's a beanbag, everyone. She's gonna like play with the beanbag, and then she's gonna like crush it up like she's like crazy, even though she knows that she's crazy and she acknowledges it. Proudly.
That's a great face. What? Hmm?
I just totally like.
See, I knew you were gonna do it that time.
I wish.
Wait. Okay. Wait. King.
Hmm.
Nobody's gonna get this, but like,
What?
She just froze.
so no, I didn't actually freeze. So here's the thing. This is a joke
No,
that
you-
literally
you-
gets me and King every time.
What are y'all doing? What are
So,
y'all
what
doing?
happened,
Freeze.
I was just, like, randomly like, so how it started was one day, like, King and I were talking, and I just, like, randomly zoned out.
Uh-huh.
I realized I was zoned out, and I didn't zone
Yeah.
back in on purpose, so I stayed frozen, and he goes, "Haley, you're frozen," and I all of a sudden do, like, a weird drinking mood, and I'm like, "No, I'm not!" He starts laughing, and he's like, "What the hell was that?" And I'm like, "I showed you that I wasn't frozen." So now every time I'll just, like, randomly and it kills King every time. Like, we both just there was one night, I think
Or he's like,
me,
"What
you,
are
and
you
Wheatley, and
doing?
I was
What is
doing
wrong
it, and
with
Wheatley
you
was like,
people?"
"What the fuck is going on?" And I'm just, like, sitting there, like, and we're dying of laughter, and I'm just sitting there free
Zing.
zing up.
And Haley's internet
So
occasionally will just
Yeah.
go out, and so Haley will occasionally just disappear, and it
Mhm.
looks like she's just frozen. So
Yeah.
that's why.
And then she'll be like,
Yes, we are weird. Yes, we are
and
weird.
then she'll
so
be like, then especially she gets scared when this happens because especially when
yeah,
she talks about important topics and she freezes
I
and I feel so bad for her because she'd be like, did you guys
yeah.
hear that?
Did you
Did
hear
you
that? We're like,
did you
nope.
hear that? You're like, no. You're like, really?
And I'm like,
I
"What?
literally poured my heart out.
Damn it.
Damn it, guys."
I got it.
So
Why?
yeah, so, like, essentially, I do that, and so I just thought it would be a good story to tell on the podcast because this is just, like, a really funny thing.
Oh
So
yeah, we're
King
doing
is,
a
like,
podcast. That's right.
my twin.
Um.
Did I just don't tell me I
Yeah,
just cut out.
you kind of
I
did. That's what I was like. Hold on,
It's the curse. It's the curse.
hold
Um,
on a minute.
so, like, but, like, King is literally, like, my twin. Like, he's just my twin brother now. Like, that's kinda just the thing.
And you know what's so funny? We are twins, but we have the most opposite beliefs in the world.
100%. Like, we're so opposite, but we're, like, we're twins.
like
Yeah.
like we talked about like what would it look like if we like were roommates. And
Oh, yeah.
and
We were like,
Haley
"I've been going to church every Sunday," and I'm like
well, good luck with that.
I was like, "Good luck, I'm staying here."
Right.
I'm staying here.
Haley was
Yeah.
like, no thank you, King. You can go
Nothing
ahead.
against yeah, nothing against honestly, like,
Mm-mm.
I grew up
Me
Catholic, all for it, but, like,
And I was
not my cup of
Catholic.
tea.
I grew up Christian, so
Yeah.
I grew up in a Christian family, and so
Yeah.
Non-denominational. I worked in a church.
Nice. Yeah. But, like, no, I grew up Christian,
Everybody
all
calls
that,
my church
get
a
it,
cult.
just not my thing. Yeah, you know, whatever floats your boat, man.
I mean, I just like my church because it doesn't follow the stereotypes of
Yeah.
a toxic church. That's why I like
Yeah.
mine.
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
It doesn't follow the
I used to
it
go
doesn't follow the
to
stereotypes.
Life Church, and I knew the owner, and one of the
Mhm.
world's largest churches now. By the way, it's Life Church TV, and you've probably heard of it. We have pinky up. They have it started in a garage, and my family's been going since it was in a garage. So yeah.
Haley, you did not just
And
spill your drink.
I knew Craig Groeschel, and
Mhm.
there I was gonna say, and there she goes. She just cut out. But she's back. She's back. Yes, I knew all of those people.
King, stop trying
God,
not
I
to
hope they
laugh.
don't recognize me because they
Don't
know
laugh
my
at
real
me.
name.
I did it.
Anyway,
I do.
You know nothing. Wait, you know everything. Just don't say it.
I won't. No, I won't.
I know nothing.
However,
I know nothing of these.
John, we might have to talk about a potential issue that I noticed. Let me just text you right now, though.
Potential issue. Oh
So-
God.
Oh.
But okay, so yeah, yeah,
That's just check your DMs real quick.
okay, let's see.
Yeah, I noticed that, and I was like,
Yeah,
So-
I did that intentionally.
and okay,
I did that
so
intentionally.
you're aware of that.
Yeah,
I just wanted to
yeah.
know because I was like, I don't want it because it's visible.
No, that
and
was
I
on
like,
purpose. Yeah,
okay,
don't worry.
Good,
It's okay.
good. Okay. I'm not. The reason I didn't say it is because then.
Well,
know.
because if I didn't, then we'll talk about this later anyway.
We'll talk about it later.
Yeah, we'll talk about this
anyway,
later.
But yeah, I just wanted to make sure you were aware because I was like, I'm gonna forget to talk about this because I was like, I've been meaning to ask you, and I was
That
like,
was
is
on
this
purpose. Yes,
Okay,
that was on
got
purpose.
it. Cool, great, problem solved. Anyway,
Because legally
back
I
to
had
the-
to, or
That's
else,
fair.
or else we can't do anything about stuff.
Fair.
Yeah.
Fair. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's fair. Anyway, so King, tell the podcast more about you. I don't know, whatever you want to say. What do we talk?
Yes, just talk about yourself for now.
This podcast is gonna be a
We're
long
not going to
one.
ask you questions, just go.
Well,
Anytime that happens to me, I'm like, well, I don't know anything. I don't do
Okay,
anything. What?
Wait, let's do lightning round of questions. Hold up. Let me do a thing real quick. I'm gonna look up a bunch of questions. I'm really good at interviewing guys.
Let me
Hold
look
up.
up questions.
Um,
So, okay, you're doing some animations in Minecraft. What are you doing currently with that? Because I heard you were making a show and stuff.
oh yes. So I'm making a series called Tales of Orion, and that is basically the principles of Sword Art Online, but I made it into my own story.
Nice.
And made my own characters.
Haley. I just see Haley just in the corner of my. But yeah, that sounds awesome. I love the concept of Sword Art Online. It's
And
very fun.
I also, if the podcast doesn't know, I animated Haley and Dawn. So
oh yeah.
Hey, which we were talking about doing something with that. That'd be
Yeah.
fun.
Yeah, but we're not gonna say what because I want it to be
Yeah.
a total surprise.
Yeah, it'll be.
This is gonna be a surprise.
If it happens,
Mhm.
it'll be awesome.
so,
Okay.
yeah.
I just want to say this question because this is really funny to me. Would you rather hear the music of Johann Sebastian? Is it Johann?
Bach,
Yeah, Johann
yeah.
Sebastian Bach, played by a barbershop quartet or a heavy metal band?
Barbershop Quartet, 100%. That would be awesome.
That would be amazing. But I just saw the question. I was like, "What is that question?"
I was
okay,
confused for myself.
What is the strangest thing in your refrigerator, King? And Dawn. Strangest thing in your refrigerator.
Okay, so my mom, the strangest thing in the fridge is I don't know why it's in there. I just saw it pop up one day. And
I don't know.
and I don't know, but it's this big old bottle of prune juice in the fridge. And I don't know what it's for. I don't want to know what it's for, but it's just in there in the back, and it's just been sitting there.
It's for regulating your bowel movements.
Again, I don't want to know what it's for.
Nope.
Prune juice is good for the
what about you,
digestive
John?
system.
Don, what's the strangest thing in your fridge?
I don't know. I don't have anything weird in my fridge. I have so
That
much.
was a really suspicious way to say you don't have anything weird in your fridge.
The way you said, I don't have anything weird in my fridge.
I don't have any weird. I don't have
I
that
don't-
in my fridge.
I
What?
don't know what you're talking about. I
He
don't
told me
have
about getting
anything
exposed.
weird.
Yeah, I don't have anything in my fridge.
No, my
Okay,
freezer.
wait.
It may not be. It may not be like a
There's
body
just
in there. I'm gonna kill you if you find out.
Okay, this one easy. I'm just gonna answer this question first, but I want y'all to answer.
Okay.
If your food is bad at a restaurant, would you say something? 100% no. If it's somebody else's food, yes. If it's my food, no.
I am a human garbage disposal. I will
Yeah,
eat anything.
Yeah.
But if it's expensive enough, yes, I will definitely. Like if I'm going to Opus the steakhouse and that shit isn't pristine, I'm paying like $70 for that steak, and I am not going to I am going to say something. You're going to hear from me if it is not good. But yeah, no, other than that, no.
King, what about you?
Hell yeah. I'm gonna say so.
I don't like inconveniencing people. I am like avoid confrontation at all costs. Like if it's somebody else's food, I'm like, yeah. Like
Or if
get
it's
it
a
returned.
place that I worked at.
Here's how I think about it. Here's how I think about it. They are working as a waitress or a waiter, and as long as I respectfully say that I didn't like the food, I will make their job much easier to do, instead of trying to be rude and have eventually get new food with hair and spit in it. So
Fair.
that's
True.
the one thing you should never do. Never be rude to people who
Don't-
are making your
Yeah,
food.
I went on a date one time, and the girl I was going on a date with was rude to the waitress, and that was it. That was it right then and there. I was like, nope, never
Nope.
again. I don't like this person. Don't be
Nope.
rude to your waitress or waiter,
No.
especially on
somebody who-
dates.
Never.
That if you
as-
go on a date with me, and
Restaurant.
I'm going to instantly be like, this person is rude. Nope.
See, being physically
think
attracted to
about
someone is one thing, but if your personality sucks, that attractiveness goes out
Yeah.
the window. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Down. It just,
Instantly.
That goes out
yeah,
the window.
nope. However, if you have a
It's
great
like that one
personality,
movie
you're
with
immediately
Gwyneth Paltrow.
attractive.
Yeah, if you have a great personality, oh my god.
What's that? What's
Like-
the movie with Gwyneth Paltrow
What was
where
that face I just
He was like,
oh
I was like, I don't know what that was. Anyway,
that's you when you see someone beautiful. You
I
be
just
like,
don't like inconveniencing people. So like, as long as it's edible and I can eat it, if maybe it's not like perfect the way I want, I'm just not
Yeah.
gonna eat. Or like, you know,
I don't know.
just-
It's just I pay
I'm
money.
like, this is me at a restaurant. I'm like,
If it's fast food, I
Shallow
don't care.
how?
I'm
if they
not.
ask me how the food is, I'm gonna be like, yeah, it's great.
it's
If
good.
it's if it's fast food, I don't care. I'm not gonna drive all the way back to the
Yeah,
restaurant
no
just to say anything.
Oh, if
That's
it's
what my mom. If that's what my mom does. She would go back to the restaurant. I'll be
if you
like,
get my food wrong though, if it's not good, that's one thing. If you get it wrong, that's a whole different issue. That's a
still won't
whole different issue.
It's not bad. If it's mine, if it's somebody else's, again, I will 100% stand up for my like friends, and if it's that person that got it wrong. But if it's me, I will do everything in my power to not have to inconvenience somebody, because I think if it isn't, like, I'm like, I don't want it, because I've worked in fast food. I worked at I used to work at our lovely Canadian staple, Tim Hortons.
Tim Hortons, okay.
Or Tim,
I've never
we
been to
call
Tim
it.
Tim's.
Tim's,
I've
Timmy.
never been to Canada.
I've never been to Timmy's, yeah.
I want to go so
I used
bad.
to work at Taco Bell.
Ooh, I worked at Timmy's, and then I worked at a restaurant. So I've been in both like food, and now I work in retail. So I've seen it all.
Seen it all.
And so I will do everything in my power to not inconvenience somebody, because I'm like, I don't want to be that person. even though it's not a bad thing, because like again, I've been on the side and like I welcome the questions. If something's wrong, tell me. But I'm like, I don't like inconveniencing people, and I always feel because I have a very low self-esteem. I always see anything like if I have to say, I always see it as an inconvenience. I'm like, I'm irrelevant. I don't have the right to say anything. They're doing their job. They're working, and I'm like,
For me, I think for me, I've developed a sort of like tough skin to where like many words that people say to me to harm me does not work. I just look at them like they're stupid.
All of my friends say the most horrible things to me, and we just laugh together. Like we just say terrible things to each other all the time, and just
And if a friend does that, I'll be just like, okay, so you said that, and your point and reason was what?
Yeah.
I am any of my friends know that I am just like, I just come out of pocket with like, I'm like, you know what, fuck you.
Fuck you guys.
I'll be like, fuck you too. And then and they know me. I'm honest. I will tell you straight up. I will tell you straight up what's going on with you.
Think about Wheatley. Like that's what I do. See, that's what I do. Is I'm just like,
fuck you.
Well, fuck you too.
I'm just straight. I tell you straight up. Like I will tell you. Like if Haley has something dangling from her head, I'll be like, listen, you got something dangling on your head right now, and it does not look good.
That is Haley, your hair looks great.
Your hair looks fine. I'm just saying a point.
Why was that the point you had to make? Why? What about the 100 other things you could have said?
Haley, self-confidence. You look awesome. We're working on it.
She's like,
still work in progress.
What is
the
this
definition is being confident in yourself.
Yeah,
it's
what's
something that we need to work on.
She's gonna be like, SpongeBob,
what's that
these words.
There's
are there
so many
possible
words
to use them in a
I don't
sentence?
know. I've never
Haley,
heard them before.
you're awesome. And I'll tell you that every day until you say it yourself, okay? Now stop
I only say it ironically. I'm like, you know what? Shut up. I'm awesome. You know it. But like, I don't actually mean that when I say it. So I need to find it. I need to get to the point where I mean it.
Yeah, we'll make you mean it.
I'm very humble. I don't like when people brag on me. I don't know why.
Mm-mm. But you're like amazing. But you're
I
just
don't like bragging. I don't like bragging.
I'm the same way.
When people talk about my voices, and I'll be just like, they ain't that special. And they be like, yes, it is. And I'll be like, no, it's not.
I've noticed that I make very weird faces, and I'm like, I literally look at myself. I'm like, why am I making that face? What am I doing?
But
like,
the weird faces are funny. I love weird faces.
I mean, I don't care. I mean, I do too, but I don't care. Like, if you want to say something about what I'm facing, about my faces, you can come fight me.
You know, like the theater masks that are like,
yeah.
Is it bad that I've only seen those in like medicine commercials?
Yeah. I love
like
those.
I've only seen those masks in like medication like ads.
Yeah, we're just making weird
the
faces.
Happy sad. Yeah. I love making weird faces. Weird faces are the best.
I make weird faces
in
when
drama
I sing
class.
and
They forced us to make the weirdest faces we could. And like,
yes, I was the king of that.
Yes.
No pun
yeah, because you're the king of everything.
No pun intended.
Oh my god.
But yes. No, I love those masks. They're awesome.
Yeah.
They're the best.
Like I did like a weird like
Japanese masks are awesome.
Like when I do like higher voices, my I stretch my mouth and I was like,
How are you today?
And then when I'm doing my low voices, like I go,
hey yo, what's up?
like I just like it's just the face.
Making faces helps so much. Physicality in your face helps with voices so much. If you're trying to do a voice and you're just like plain faced and you're just doing nothing, then you're gonna sound like you're
oh my
gonna
god,
just
what's
sound
wrong
the
with you? No, you have to be like, oh my
gotta be
god,
like,
what's wrong with you?
Hey Peter, Hey, Peter.
Oh
Or
my
you can talk
god,
to the side of your
Peter!
mouth. I don't know why I do that.
What, Lois?
My god!
Oh my god.
Wow.
Or like I do like the god. Oh my god. Like, oh my god. Karen.
I'm laughing at
Like,
Doug
oh my
saying.
Oh my god. Like, no, you don't understand. Like, oh my god. My kids are listening to Kids Bop. My kids are listening to Kids Bop, so they can't hear you. Like, I'm sorry. They can't. Oh my god. Like,
They can't.
that is absolutely ridiculous. Like, oh my god.
People
I
on the
love
server.
doing the Valley
People
That
Girl.
person
usually.
who says like, oh my god, and like every 2 seconds.
I need to look at
Like,
the chat because I see.
oh my
pings
god.
screaming.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Like, oh my
Bro,
god.
all the
Like,
voice
oh my
acting
god.
servers I'm in,
Oh
and like this server, people like know me because I can sound like Huey from the Boondocks.
I love it.
I
That's my favorite voice you do.
Like it's like they just know I sound like Riley and
awesome.
Huey from the Boondocks, and it's just like
Like, hey man, that's not the only thing I can sound like.
I do love that
Mama
show
King.
though. That show is so funny. The writer on that, she is amazing. She is amazing.
and when I saw her, I was like, whoa, wait a minute, you're the writer for the Boondocks?
Right?
Okay.
Yeah. She's awesome.
Yeah.
I was like, okay.
Mhm.
That was surprising me.
On to the next question, guys.
All
If
right.
you could only use one word for the rest of your
Next
life,
question.
what word would you choose?
Fuck! No, I'm just kidding. No. I'm just-
I was gonna
Man.
say the same thing.
I mean, I don't know what kind of word I
John,
would
you stole my
use.
answer.
I mean, I don't know what kind of word
I
would
read the wrong
use,
part of the
but-
script again. I'm sorry.
You keep stealing my lines, man. God damn it.
I'm dyslexic. I can't read names very well. I've gotten over that for the most part. You can train through dyslexia a lot. For some people that they have more so dyslexia than I do. That's very difficult, but I've been able to, for the most part, train out of it just by reading constantly.
I got really
Constantly.
frozen, and
You
I'm
froze for a
so
second.
mad.
You didn't freeze for very
know.
long.
I know. But I was watching me be frozen, and that was a fun experience.
Yeah, it's fair.
On the worst faces. And it's
They're great.
frustrating.
I'm
Like, no,
just-
Dawn, imagine
just
we
gonna
both
speak
do this
like,
fuck, as the rest of our podcast would just be fuck.
I'm gonna just say this as like
Fuck.
I'm gonna just say this as like Huey, and I'm gonna just say this. I really don't know.
Fuck.
I'm gonna just
Fuck.
and I would probably just say meep all the time. I say meep a lot.
Meep.
I say like every
meep,
time I
meep.
go into a chat, it's meep. It's never hi or hello. It's meep.
Meep.
And people just be like meep,
Like
and
Phineas
I'd
and
be like
Ferb.
meep.
Like meep from Phineas and Ferb.
I was thinking
Meep.
oh, what's his name from the Muppets? What's the Meeper
Kermit?
from the Muppets? Meeper, is that his name?
Is it funny that I hardly ever watched the Muppets ever? I only know Miss Piggy and Kermit.
I know a few of them, not very well the names, but I know them. There's like the
I-
one chef. Like there's the chef.
Yeah. This
What's
guy.
his name? Which one?
Hold on.
Ah.
let me-
Oh, it's this guy. Oh, I know exactly who you're talking about. It's this guy.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Is his
Yeah.
name
Meeper.
Meeper?
Meeper.
Meep.
All I know is
Beep, 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 beep,
there is
beep, beep,
one.
Meep.
Sorry, go ahead.
I know Animal because I know Animal because when he came on my TV when I was little, and back then I had like a rock band drum set like where I played rock band on. And so he said, and if you guys don't know how Animal is, he just goes Animal, and he just starts. Well, guess what? I did that and I broke my rock band drum set.
Oh no!
Oh my god.
Oh,
And then
I love Animal.
he did that and then he sat on it. Then I sat on mine and then it broke off. I was like,
Oh no!
not only that it made me feel terrible that I broke it and my mom bought it for me, but it made me feel fat because I sat on it and broke.
I got a drum set right here.
Okay, I think this should be like the last question to end the episode on, because I think this
Let's
would be
hear
really
it.
funny. Okay, ready?
Okay.
Actually, the second last, because I think the last one. Okay.
Okay.
Would you rather
Okay.
look like a potato or feel like a potato?
Feel like a potato.
I already look like
That
a
reminds-
potato, so I'm gonna
that-
go with look like a potato.
Don't look like.
I look like a potato. I already look like a potato that need to be like scrubbed in the sink. Like it'd be like the top of me is like it's clean, but like if you go down here, you just get darker. You getting dark.
Wait,
And
what
I
do you
look
mean?
like
What do you mean by
potato.
feel like a potato? Because
look
I
like a
I was thinking the actual like tuber
That's what I
potato. Like,
potato. You want to feel
but
like
how
a
do you
potato?
feel
or
like a potato?
Why does that remind me of
I
a
don't
meme?
know. That's what the question.
Why does it remind me of that meme? Isn't that a meme?
A potato flew around.
No, not that one, but the one that's
Potato attached to them.
There's the popular girls, and then I am a potato.
Potato.
A quiet potato.
A quiet potato.
So, okay. Now, this is the last question, and I think then we should end the episode after this because we've been filming for now 2 hours.
Ooh.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
You've been given an elephant. You can't get rid of it. What would you do with it?
Ride the elephant.
Duh.
Eat the
What else?
elephant.
No.
No, I'm just kidding.
No.
No.
I'm just kidding.
Elephants are endangered.
I'm joking.
I
Okay.
I would get a seesaw and just I'll get on the other side of the seesaw and then just
Have it sit on the seesaw
have it sit
so that
and
you
you're, like,
get
floating.
propelled.
You just get
I'm
like.
gonna just jump up and then just land right on his back. I'll be like, let's
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Yeah.
go. I'll be like, let's go. Let's ride.
Right? Like you're sitting on like this end,
Yeah.
and then the elephant's on this end, and it goes.
Yeah.
Totally just.
Yeah.
go over.
Launches you.
Yep.
I've always wanted an elephant, but
Yeah.
I've gotten to
It's
ride
like
an
having
elephant
like
before.
it's like having like a travel like like hyper speed, but like it's an elephant that catapults you to places.
Yeah.
Want to go to Hawaii? There in
And you
2 seconds.
might not survive the travel, but
Yeah.
just the propulsion alone might kill you.
I think that's a good question to
To end on.
end the podcast on. Is like,
Mhm.
okay, just for everyone in the comments, if you had an elephant that you couldn't get rid of, what would you do with it?
What would you do? What
Would you do with the elephant? I think I would. No, I think I would probably use it as a pet. Like I'd keep this elephant as a pet. Not use it.
Yeah.
That sounds terrible. I would keep this
use
elephant
it for
as
my
a
own
pet.
I would keep it as a
entertainment.
pet, and I will befriend it, and then like when
Yeah, he'd be the elephant
when it comes
homie.
to like and then when it
Transport-
comes to like fighting, it will defend me
Yeah.
and help me.
I'd be like, it'd be like I'm in D&D, and like I could be like a bard, because I feel like that's like what I am.
You're a bard.
I'm a musician.
And
Hey.
see,
I'm a
and see-
gunslinger.
And see, I would call the elephant by like the Hunger Games whistle.
Oh wait, what
I would-
what is
No!
it? It's
No.
Do.
But like I would yeah, so I would like I would use the elephant. I would ride on the elephant with like my lute or my piano or guitar, whatever, and I would like sing songs while traveling. It'd be great.
yes.
It'd be like oh my god.
I would be holding 2 swords that would be able to freeze my
Turn on a
opponents.
Disney
Freeze
movie
my-
where somebody is riding on an elephant. Oh, it's like Prince Ali, but like
Prince
not.
Ali, fabulous. Can't sing that.
Yeah. But like, you know what I mean? It's like riding on an elephant, except it's like me and like
Ali Ababa. I love
That's
it.
me.
I like it. I'm down with that.
I'm not
idea.
comparing myself to Prince Ali, by the way. I am white.
Strongest in men.
Like, yeah. But like,
Dun, 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 dun,
that's what I would deal with it. So,
Great. I'm gonna be singing Aladdin songs for the
It's copyright.
next
It's
couple
copyright.
days.
I was about to
I
say,
know.
I was about to say,
I know.
Don looked kind of, he kind of got that earworm.
Dawn, are you gonna demonetize our video?
Yeah.
Are you gonna demonetize our podcast? Is this what's happening?
This is not
Yeah.
okay.
I'm
I do
down
not
with
approve
this.
of this.
No, it's fine. No, I'm just. No, it's me singing and not very much, so it can't. They can't.
That's enough to get copyrighted.
No, surely not.
They might catch it. They might catch it.
It wasn't good enough. I was off key and everything. It wasn't great.
It does copyright. Take
I'll just
it down.
cut it. Yeah.
Cut it.
Trim it.
Put it back up. But like,
It'll
we'll
be
try
fine.
put it.
It'll be fine.
Fine. Anyway,
It's not wrong with that. Cut it.
Yeah.
It'll be good.
Just cut it out.
Sit in a
Anyway,
little barbershop
thank
seat and be like, snip, snip.
Anyway, King, thank you so much for being on our third episode
Yeah.
of number 15, the podcast.
Yes, number 15.
This is definitely not the last you're ever gonna see of King. King is probably gonna become somewhat of like an occasional guest, possibly, hopefully.
Yeah.
We'd love to
Yeah.
have him back.
Hopefully.
Um,
I love to.
So this is definitely not the last.
But
you'll be
we
seeing of
have
King.
so many guests, by the way.
We have
We have
so
too many
many.
guests.
I was just like, put me.
Um,
They told me they had so many guests. I was just like, put me wherever you want. Just
We
Yeah.
we we fit you in before everyone else.
Yeah.
Oh, you did.
Yeah,
Oh.
we did.
This is the third episode. We have some plan for. We're gonna talk about like specific episodes. I have a bit of an idea, Dawn, as far as like spacing of that or whatever, if we can figure out.
But yes, we should end the podcast before we
Yeah,
talk
let's end the
about
podcast
this.
before we
Before
end
we talk about something else for another
Yeah.
hour and a half.
So
But
thank you guys
yes.
so much for
We love you all.
joining us on the podcast. We love you so much. This is a good podcast episode, and we will see you
Yes.
next week.
Yeah.
If you don't forget to I didn't cut out.
No,
did
you're
I?
here. You're
Okay,
fine.
No. Okay. So don't forget to follow Dawn and I on our socials. Mine
Yes.
is at Haley LaFontaine across the board, except for my Twitter, which is at Haley LaFontaine minus the E. My YouTube is Haley LaFontaine. Everything is basically the same. If you find one, you're probably gonna find the rest of them.
Mine
so
are all
that's
different
really
and
cool.
spread out. So
Of course they are, Dawn.
The-
Do you want to shout out your
Sure.
socials?
sure. Don Donut Gaming on YouTube, all one word. Don Donut Gaming. Then hopefully, very soon my other YouTube channel will be up and running. We're trying to film some short videos, some short films, and get those uploaded to Cinematic Donut, all one word as well. And then I'm on Twitter as Don Donut DP1 because I want to be a director of photography. Well, I am a director of photography for my own company, but I want to do it for other people's companies as well. And then, yeah, those are the important ones.
Mm-hmm.
I do other things, but you'll find me.
Yeah.
Whatever.
And don't forget to subscribe to the Number 15 podcast on
Yes.
YouTube, Spotify, Apple Music. Subscribe to them on all three, and maybe watch them
any
3
any
times.
other.
Yeah.
Yeah, watch on all three at the same time.
Yeah,
Just
watch
sync
all
them
of it
up so that they're
Just-
Yeah.
Yes.
Uh,
So yeah, do that. We should probably make like a Number 15 Twitter.
we should, yeah.
We should get like a Twitter
Number
and then Instagram or
15,
something
the
going. Like,
podcast.
we should just get
I got to
podcast
do that
socials
before
going.
this goes out.
And I
so
only have
that-
a YouTube channel, so
Yeah.
yeah.
So when this episode goes live, we might already have those up. So just keep
Yeah.
checking. If our socials are up.
And if you've made it to the end, thank you. We
Thank
love
you so
you.
much.
Thank you,
Yes.
because you got the best patience in the world.
So much patience.
Well, hopefully
involved.
we're entertaining enough that people continued listening, but
Yeah.
you know,
You know,
it's hard.
fine.
Everybody's ADHD out there now, and
Everybody has
I click on a video, and if I don't like it in the first 1 to 2 minutes, then it's gone. I turn it off.
Yep.
Yeah, it's
Well, it's mostly I like look through the search bar that's on the side, and I'm like, this isn't holding my attention. Boop.
Yep.
Next
Mhm.
thing, because
Which is why I have so many tabs open.
yeah,
I do research on movies before I watch them.
yeah, fair.
Mm.
But yes, goodbye, everybody.
Goodbye.
Goodbye, everyone. We love you. And we'll see you next week.
We'll see you next
Bye.
week. Yeah.
Bye.